What's up, YouTube? This is Beer Station here, and this is going to be pretty much the start of the summer season. So we're going to start off with a very unexpected early premiere of, yes, my favorite isekai, or rather, the only isekai I actually really like, really love. Even though do feel like season two is didn't live up to expectations because of how it was not particularly well produced, because the way it was kind of directed, the way some stuff was cut, some like it felt like very lackadaisical, even though not completely awful, and it had and it was really disappointing, considering I'm still quite a big fan of this show, this series, this story. And honestly, over the years, like my initial enthusiasm for it, which I will admit, I went a little bit overboard with it. But I feel like but to be fair, I was doing that with good intentions, because I feel like the prejudice against this series, just because it has that sort of content, just feels very, very bad, very badly placed, very ill-advised. And it says a lot when these same individuals will try to, end up being a double standard when it comes to the shows. I felt like a lot of people, it doesn't help when a lot of people try to, say, how can you say this about Berserk? And they try to they put this whole fucking like testament long log of why Berserk is perfectly fine and no one should be disturbed by it. No, fuck off. Fuck off. Berserk's case with suggestive content has to be disturbing, and it has to be uncomfortable. And when a story is supposed to make you uncomfortable, there is a purpose. It has to have some sort of purpose to it. In that case, it has to show. It's just showing the kind of just utter despair that Guts and Casca were, subjected to, and how far Griffin would go in order to want to achieve his own goals, his own dream. No matter, even if that justification is, even if you don't necessarily agree with that sort of justifications, well, if you want to call it justifications. For Mushoku Tensei, it just kind of shows that, remember, Ruiz didn't start out as a nice guy. He was actually he was actually kind of a piece of shit. And like, he wasn't necessarily living a particularly good life. There's a lot of things I want to say about it. Like, he was basically loser life. He was overweight. He's just kind of ostracized, and like, in his final moments, he was also kicked out of his very own apartment. And he starts out, and he still has this sort of tendencies while being reborn. And I feel like as the thing goes on, some mysteries come along, and Orsted brought this up. So the thing with the time loop, which I've been already suspecting. And you have to think like, oh, Rudius wasn't supposed to be originally in this script, That's something you kind of have to think about. And that's why this story, like, it's not something that is completely too devoted on deconstruction and mystery. It has a fundamental story to tell. It's not an exciting story. It's not always an exciting story to tell. I mean, because you're thinking with slice of life and stuff. And that is kind of why I wasn't really reacting much to part two, because I was really tuned out with how, but that was mostly me with tuned out with how the season's direction was. But knowing that this has a new staff, season 3 has new staff now, apparently it's going to be split in two cores, from what I've heard from rumors, or from reliable sources, of course. This will be a lot better, and we may be back to season 1, or at least near that. I don't think the same director is here for this one. It's Ryosei Shibuya. It's not the it's definitely not the same one from it's definitely not the same director from season 1, but it is the director from part 2 where they were trying to rectify things. But it does seem like there's more improvement. I feel like maybe it's not just directing, it also has to do with the staff on deck. And you know, we all know season 2 was not particularly in a good place production wise early on. But this one, like from the trailer we got, there was a little bit more time. More time given in this case. All right, let me see the time that transpired. It was kind of like at least 2 years given. And this one, like the Mushoku Tensei's the previous case, fall 2007 and then summer 2003. This one was a little under 2 years, which is doesn't seem like much, but like it made it different. And then all the time, like they didn't. I feel like the people at the time weren't. Okay, I'm not gonna say they weren't thinking about season 2, but it's just like they weren't. A lot of their contracts weren't really signed up for season 2, and plus there was that unfortunate deal with the original director Okamoto was drawn off to somewhere else. He went to Cygame Pictures, which is doing an incredible job with things. Although I feel like some of the other projects which are manga adaptations, I'm very questionable about that sort of choice. But yeah, long story short, we might be actually back. So yeah, this is gonna be a 2-episode deal. So do check the back-to-back thing. I'll try to notify as usual, and hopefully YouTube. And then I did recording like. I hope YouTube doesn't take forever to fucking process my damn video, because this has been annoying me for the last couple of weeks. I do not know what's going on with YouTube right now. Some people apparently are not facing it. Most people are not facing this issue for some reason, but I am. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's not on my end either. Like I would have noticed if it did. But I don't know. So hopefully it's not too big a deal, but it's definitely a YouTube deal. So yeah, all right. So let's get to season 1. This is going to be an Eris side story, which they didn't adapt in part 2, which I can understand the placing of it, but I like that it's kind of rearranged here. So I do think this rather early premiere, because it's going to go back to regular weekly cycles on Sundays next week. But yeah, this kind of like a little extra, although it's kind of still counts towards the episode count of the season. So I'm still gonna label it as it is. But yeah, anyways, let's get to it. All right, and I don't know why, but Mal seems to have this one thing where they have this, if it's still not yet aired and you try to air it and you have to update it while it's like this, it's going to like with it, and you try to log something in within 24 hours, this is going to reset back to Planet Watch. I don't know why they do this. I'm hearing some people one guy in my service said it's probably the disk is probably just a bot. It's probably still used as a measure against bots, which I can understand. But I feel like this is very unnecessary. Like if you saw something that's previewed, you need to allow for them to log it in without changing shit. Because when you put previewed there, you clearly indicated that there's a timetable for where people can watch this earlier than what is shown on aired. I do not know why you would want to reset. You're just trying to automatically reset it afterwards. I don't get it. Mal, fix your shit, man. And they didn't have this. I don't think they had this issue before, at least with some of the previous anime seasons. But as of recently, I don't know why. Like I've tried to. Like apparently, Bleach had an early theatric premiere, and and it's gonna go on July, and they don't even have that, and they're not letting people log in shit properly on that one either. I don't know why, even though there's clearly a venue where they clearly they watched it in theaters. So you're just gonna ask me if a theater is there, if something is aired in theaters, like by this logic, if the Blu-ray is not, if it's not out, you know, outside of theaters, like in like Blu-ray or something yet, you're not allowed to log it in. You're not allowed to log that in either. You're just kind of set the plan to watch, even if you legitimately watched it on the labeled air date, you know, or at least past the air date when a movie dropped, and you just reset it like that. I don't get it. I'm trying to make heads and tails on that, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, very inconvenient, and I don't. And you're thinking, why did I stress a lot? You just redo, just set it back to it. But the thing is, it's just like we just sit. A lot of people will just want that convenience of just pressing plus and just update it and just move on. But then to have to do the extra steps of resetting, changing the stats again, changing the score, you know, resetting the score again, and then putting back the episode count again. That's usually like, oh, that doesn't take too long. But you have to think about what people, how many people are on, or you know, what kind of how much this will go on devices. Like, sure, like on a PC, it could be a little interesting. It'll take like maybe, you know, a few seconds at most. But for them, on devices, like, you know, and you consider how the internet lags, and they have the other shit to do. That matters a lot. So I don't know why mods, I don't know why you fucking let that happen. Like, you didn't really have to do that. Like, I only pre-labeled this shit because, like, I know it's gonna be, it's a tentative score, and I don't see an issue for that. because I'm sure, because this is gonna adapt a particularly favorite part of the novel, at least from what I've read so far. I'm still fucking behind on the novels, by the way. But yeah, enough of my yapping. Whatever. Let's get to it. I'm gonna try to be quick about it from jumping to episode. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Okay. By the way, still no desktop audio. I know it's not attractive. I have to say it again, but yeah, I can't have that. So yeah, we're seeing so this is Eris POV, so it kind of makes sense. We are back to where around season 1 was ending. That's quite the birthday gift. Okay, this is good. We got more of Eris. We got more from Eris's POV that we didn't really get much of back in season 1. Like, she was already a great character, but we didn't get much from her POV up till now. We got a bit of Sophie, we got a bit of Roxy, and now it's just Eris left. You know, you don't need a cutaway like that. Oh yeah, the sort of thing they do with the opening again. Come on, Zoro was able to learn it, why not you? The world of Mushoku Tensei is like one of the more well thought out settings I've ever seen. It's not like unique or like anything crazy or groundbreaking. It's just very well thought out. Just still alive. Why does man look like an 8-pillar general? Oh. Like, nah, I like your spunk. Oh. He's like, oh, I might know that guy. That's sort of logic he used. That, yeah, he's. Of course. Although Eris is not really one to use a lot of words. We all know she's the act first, talk later sort of person. But oh, he didn't. Not even. That was just like, don't crack his skull in. Oh, it's. Why are you this poor young man? He just gets randomly caught up, just get clocked by this stranger. Like what? Oh, he wants to go. He wants that girl gone. I felt like. Oh. Well, he clearly struck with all, but that's sort of something. Oh. Are we going fisticuffs? He's like, nah, I didn't hear the bell. Oh, she's serious. Oh, yeah, they didn't. She did. They did not skim on the. Yep, there it is. Oh yeah, he's danger. That's nice. That's nice. Those nice senses you got. Oh wow. Go and use this. Oh. They didn't even need to show contact. He just blew her away with the force. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting to be much of a fair fight, to be honest. And it's not like anyone else had gotten any closer. She's already proven enough. And that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She got where she is because she like literally just earned it with her. She just earned it the hard way. Just keep at it. I mean, if that's your drive, you gotta go with it. Just don't lose focus. Like, it's nice to have that motivation, but don't let it occupy your mind too much. She has to do 1,000 sword swings a day. But I just got whooped by her. Why would I say anything? Oh, we said something nice instead. Okay, yeah, but in the battlefield, do you really think they're gonna fucking set you up? Just this fancy setup? No, it's do or die. If whoever moves first gets a jump. A very slow time skip here. Some of them are loud, but like that guy Nino is just he's actually got it inspired. Like, damn, she working hard. Probably try to that'd be something to try to think about how the sword god did it. But I don't think he's just gonna hand you the explanation for free. Oh yeah, the calluses. Oof. Yeah. Keep at it. You got this, my girl. The bird. And she's doing like her own separate training. She's not really practicing with everyone else. She's just kind of doing her own thing. Her hair's going back out. So like it's been like at least like about a couple, like at least 3 or 4. I forgot. Oh, she's imagining him. She keeps seeing him, man. There's something I always love, like when you just swing something so hard, it creates a fucking, you know, a windy shockwave. Oh, who this? I can never freaking. No, I don't got time. Hmm. Oh, she blocked the blade barehanded. She would probably still win because he was in better condition, but like, yeah, he had to be on full guard with that girl, man. He was on the ready. He's just like, he was like so rugged on the training that he just lash out at anyone that just feels like an obstruction. I mean, well, time alone like that could help. I mean, it right now it's not working at the moment. That how is that shit? It's still amazing how the where could just hold on to that shit like that. At some point, that shit's gonna snap. Beyond me. So yeah, I'm not the. I cannot teach her the normal way. Yeah, because she's after a different beast than him. and that beast is like the pinnacle of strength in this world. Eris. The funny thing is that like he learns his store styles to be able to counter them with his own shit barehanded. She's a little happy now. I don't have voice actor. Like I recognize that voice somewhere. Keep hearing him a lot. He's using three. Oh, yeah, it's that same. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I recognize that. It's that same sort of art style they used when Ghislaine cut down those guys back in season 1. Was that her own? Wait, was that her own sword? Oh, never mind. No, never mind. Yeah, I remember now. Like that one when they used like that little light and all. Like that was back in season 1. I remember now. Hold on, let me see if there's more. Howl mad, range mad dog, howl mad dog. Okay, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next episode. All right. Okay. All right. Now reset and let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Oh, you're talking about someone else. I was just like, what the hell? You know, at this point, I don't even care if she gets an official title. She's... She just literally said, who is she? The man of her interest. I mean, she's not wrong. Remember? Far from it. She would later find out, no, it's not. But she would go about later and then see Rudius for herself. Oh, good thing he said quite a name for himself. Oh yeah. Yeah, they didn't let him finish. Why are you? Yeah, about that. Ooh, about that. I mean, magicians have to be strong too when you know they gotta rely a lot on magic. Up there, yeah, I think it's kind of like they'll call back to how season one is. Yeah, this is what season one is. I mean, two. My bad, two. So this is a little bit of chronologically with season two, but from different perspective. What? Come on, show. Can you at least show how he fucking did? Oh, he fucking got clapped. You're gonna see it. She's gonna see it soon. Oh yeah, you gotta line up. Oh yeah, and this boy, man. So yeah, shit was happening concurrently. Bodyguardy footing Asura looking ass. Alright, never mind. So much for waiting for Rudius. What happened? Oh, she just woke up. Now you know who he is. Now you know what the kind of man he is. What do you have to say this time? And she is still just as focused, if not more so. You know what? Let me join along. I cannot fall behind. I cannot fall behind just trying to talk to you and shit. Deeds, not words. Deeds. I know I say that so willingly, but it's not just something anyone could just do. Man. Like, oh yeah, the water god. He sent the letter. It wasn't Anita, it was Eris. Oh, so yeah, they know each other already. No, just let her go. Oh, never mind. Look at the art. There's this like when they go close up and the face is all fucking detailed. Just let her know what she's at, what she's after. Mm-hmm. Dude, literally everyone else when they hear Orsted, they like, what? And that makes sense because Orsted has that curse where everyone that looks at him gets afraid of him. Basically, Orsted has that built-in intimidate. Okay, Water King, Water God, okay. You know, all right. There's always that one or two close-eyed characters that are just big. Always a problem. She said she was the fastest, so she might have a chance in this. She might have a better chance in this one. Yep. Yeah, so Nina wasn't all talk. She has skill too, just more speed. Eris is just like brute force. Well, yeah. No, she's not gonna clean out, man. Yeah, probably not. So rock, paper, scissors. So it's just like a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing. Will she agree to it? So when you're giving out way too much aura, so you're letting yourself being too blunt. That's why people could just read you. Like, yeah, it's, using all your strength is not bad, but just like being too obvious about it is not gonna help. It's kind of the most obvious thing. Because you don't have a particular counter for it. Oh yeah, he did teach her that, man. That is something I've noticed that there's an issue with her. She's admitting too much of her intentions. That's why it's just like it's too readable. It's just the point of if they're able to counter it properly, which the Water King is able to do, but Nina couldn't. Well, make sure to just not take the credit of killing the monster, because that would just ruin the point of the exam. Oh, well, that's kind of news to me. What kind of monsters are you hunting? Some fucking... Oh, she does learn a little bit of magic. Oh, they should come now. Well, I don't think she'd be able to use like really, really strong magic. I don't think she's already past that point where she'd be able to learn that. To learn those. Oh, there they are. Saber-tooth, but with like a warlike fate. Oh, okay. I like how she tapped her feet. Yeah, no experience killing monsters, my ass. I'm pretty sure they're more than qualified at this point. Eris is on her freaking shonen protagonist arc. Meanwhile, Rudis was on his fucking high school rom-com arc. For what I'm concerned. I'm just joking around, but that's just how I see it. So it'll be quite the reunion they have. Yeah. You seem so... You're not... Yeah, that's the time when she's not like super angry and irritated at anything and everything. Oh, now you just noticed. She was like so hell-bent on all this training and all. Like she just... This is the first time she noticed like, oh shit, I fucking stink. That's just funny to be like, oh damn. Didn't take a shower for fucking years. Well, gonna be... Hope it's a different note. Hope she learns something, or it's just insanity again. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's what threw her off. Wow. She did it. She did it. like it's cool seeing like the serious, the nasty side of her, but it's just like seeing her a little bit more composed and like even happy, like it's even better. I feel like this kind of also a little bit more of Eris returning to when she was a little bit more chipper, when she used to be so happy back when she was traveling with Rudius and Rudyard. Although I do feel like Father was like not particularly fond of it because he mentioned with Ghislaine he doesn't want to, that she's like a kitten who lost their fangs. He doesn't want that same to happen to Eris. Oh man, my girl's all grown up. Oh man, she's all grown up. Wow. Wow. I just realized that it's the same one. I know I'm skipping through it, maybe a little inappropriate, but like kind of want to cut down some time. Wow. I return to normal life. So we're back to Rudius for the next episode next week. All right. We're back. We are actually back, and as all the ones who saw the premiere first, yeah, we're back. We're actually back, and oh wow, shit. Yeah, we are so back with Mushoku Tensei, but yeah, I like that we got that part with Eris. I mean, I felt like it. Now, this may be a hot take. I felt like they handled the anime, handled the presentation of this a lot more smoother and enjoyable way. I wouldn't say necessarily objectively better. I know, like I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, that that it did kind of skim through a lot of stuff. A lot of details that, of course, may not go over well in anime form. But yeah, they did it well. They did this extremely well. I'm very pleased with what's been presented. Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry. I just saw. I saw it. Okay, my bad. Yeah, getting this perspective, this POV on Eris and also on Nina for a brief minute too. This is something I've really wanted to, really had quite an issue, a little bit of a pet peeve with, is that, like, yeah, we get a lot of Rudius' POV and his inner dialogue, but you'd have to think we wish we get more of that from most of the main girls. We kind of got that from Sylphie, but not that much, And for Roxy, we did get some. I think it was in season 1 and then a little bit of season 2. I definitely from season 1. I don't remember too much about season 2, and that's kind of how disappointing it was. But Eris was one that you'd wish they'd get a little glimpse of. Like, yeah, there was the OVA, but it was kind of like a little side quest of sorts. There wasn't really a arc for herself, which she got here. And I do like how she had this sort of dynamic with Nina, who was her rival, and how things initially played out. Initially went off. Eris is kind of like the straightforward and the kind of more gung-ho, very intense. She's just very bloodlust, which is also like the bloodlust is something, but but you also have to control that as well, otherwise you're just readable. I mean, it's kind of the kind of the basics. And like, I'm not saying that it can be used as like an intimidating factor. I mean, Eris did Rudyard did tell him like she has to initiate the move so Eris could have the head-on advantage. Because the thing is, if you try to usually in some cases you have to think they have the first move. Like having the first move gives you an advantage, but not always. When it comes to and the way Eris fights is just like there's no fancy setup, for just a man, just a mano to mano fight. You just the moment you grab the weapon, it's on. It's on. That's what her mindset was. But that's all, and that's nothing. There's nothing against it. That's just how to her that's playing fair, and I wouldn't say. Okay, maybe from her perspective, that's just how she fights. That's just how she rolls. And when you my sword may have broken, but that's the sword's fault, not mine. We're still on. We're still fisticuffs, and that's why she fights how she fights. And so no, don't discard that, but do try to temper some stuff. And that's when she was able to have that little bit of growth. When it came to that sort of little dynamic there she was having with the Water King and Nina, Nina. It's funny. And Nina's like, ain't no way, this Rudius is real. She's just a fucking imaginary friend, a delusion. That's why she's just like that. And then she sees Rudy for himself, like, oh, oh. And what I also like is that. In these 2 episodes, yeah, I know it's short, but Rudius just felt like any other side character. Any other that's how it is. That's how kind of fun. That's how maybe it's not that long or anything, but it just kind of shows how this world, the story of Mushoku Tensei is built, and that's what I also really love about it. Even if I do have my issues with it, I'm not gonna say it's I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's I don't think it's without its issues. I'm not talking about the very uncomfortable content. I am talking about some of the fundamental sort of writing. Like, in my opinion, Rudius doesn't. I'm not particularly fond of the polygamy sort of thing. I felt like Rudius would have had a more interesting development, like with the two other girls that the 2 other women that he would have not chosen. What kind of relationship he would have with them. And well, he kind of just took all 3 of their virginities, just for the record. So I can't. So that's be something to consider. Like, I felt like after she chose Sylphie, the way they built that up, I don't feel like she should be. This is a personal thing. I'm not saying that that the Heron thing is totally wrong. It's just something I'm not particularly fond. I'm not particularly easy on. I don't think it's an issue. I mean, I do like that he's living his own way, though. In the kind of the way that Paul, his late father Paul, did. Rest in peace, Paul. And fuck you to anyone who wants to make fun of my my physical reaction to that. So especially though, but I'll digress with that one. But there's also the concern with Falion, I think that was his name, the water, the sword god. Falion, he is kind of concerned. And this is something I do understand being concerned for, is that he doesn't want to. Oh yeah, Kasikoshi. Yeah, I heard of him. He's a lot of characters. Just to put it lightly. Of course, there's the Tengen one, from fucking Mid-Slayer. There's also Kamina. There's also That's why I know him. Like, that's the comedy one that just like. I didn't want to bring that up because like I don't think he's the Kamina sort. Of course, he's not a Kamina-esque character, but he does have that familiarity. And oh yes, he also did like what my boy's name? What was my boy's name again? It was Hassan. Yeah, that was a. He voiced that too, and it was also Kyoichiro from Josuke Family. So yeah, he's kind of ubiquitous. So keep an eye out for more. I mean, he's a veteran, of course. But yeah, that I digress. But is there anything else to say? Oh yeah, the visual, the visuals, the sound, like it looks like they really are making up ground. Just kind of like with how ReZero did after a very, kind of like, remember their own season 2 was not good, but it appealed. But it still appealed more because ReZero just had that sort of didn't have that particular sort of didn't have a particular case where the visuals where the drop off would feel as noticeable, and like, but like with ReZero, it's that sort of standard. I'm not gonna say standard. It's that sort of art style where it's just like it's where people already take it for granted, or so much take it for granted that they don't they don't care about, they don't emphasize about it as much when there's a dip. So they just kind of take it what it is. In that case with season 2, it's more of an adaptation issue as well. So I think Mushoku Tensei for their own season 2, they gotta suffer a lot more in that regard. For season 3, I mean, things are still uncertain. Production could somehow just suddenly crash. It could happen, but I think we're in good hands for now. But especially with how a lot of the cuts, there's something about when they have these speed up cuts. Not always resorting. Nothing against speed lines. Speed lines are just gonna be kind of always a thing, And sometimes they kind of need to be used. The only time I have a problem with speed lines is when these dudes are just not fucking moving at all. When these guys are like not moving at all. Like One Punch Man season 3, like they're barely they don't even seem like they're moving, and they just use speed lines. Those are when it's the big boo boo. But yeah, we're back. I like this. I can understand the early premiere because this is an Eris side story, but it's a well needed one, and yeah, I'm very pleased with what we got. I can't wait for next week. As annoyed I am is that it is a bit of an early premiere that I did not expect, but hey, I'll take whatever I can get. But yeah, that'll about do it. Smash like button, leave stick in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join the Discord server, share the video around, all that good stuff. Oh, and if you're not an Eris fan, then skill issue. I'm just kidding. All right, Research signing off. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, y'all, and have a great day. Peace out, guys.